So after a quick train ride in a different part, we go back to Hupshan. A certain high elf has left the school, and a quiet day off has turned not into a quiet day. Do you ride the train or you go on foot? Either is appropriate.
I'll ride the train.
All right, so you get on the train because it's a quick, it's like a 10-15 minute back this way once the train gets there. So, less than a week. Actually, it's been almost a week since you came to the school. Since you were last here. It seems so long ago. And you've come to the gates of your home. You stand in front of the gates. They're closed. You've not really seen the outside very much. Like I said, when you left, you sort of went and got on the train. So now you're standing at the gate. They're closed. There are some guards. You can sort of see through the gate a little bit. There are some guards that are a few feet from it. They have to see you, but they don't acknowledge you. So, what do you do?
I'm going to motion to the guard and kind of give him a vocal that I'm to open the gate.
It's like, I'm sorry. Are you expected, young master? We do not see you on today's itinerary.
Well, I don't think I'd have to be expected to come into my own home.
It's like there's a proper way of doing things. Usually you make announcements. May I let the lord and lady know who is wanting an audience?
I don't think they necessarily need to know that I want to come inside my own estate.
Okay, so you can persuade them or intimidate.
I'm going to persuade them.
So you're just going to be nice about it?
11. Oh, no, 13. I can't count.
So, like, you really should have, neo-calmed ahead, young master. I'm sure they will be quite upset. Could you maybe come back in a few hours and we can make sure to prepare for your arrival? They maybe want to have a meal prepared or make sure they're presentable to you,
Well, just let them know and see what they say about it.
So you okay. So one of them walks off and they come back. So let me see. I'll roll the time dice. 17 minutes later, you standing outside the gate comes the guard, and they're like, "Yeah, today's not a good day. They say come back tomorrow." They're quite busy handling affairs of state, but they feel if tomorrow will be much better day.
Okay. Well, let them know I will be back tomorrow.
Okay, so you're in the street in front of the gates. So are you really going to leave? Or technically classes start tomorrow again.
I'm going to walk around and see if there's an opening to get in.
Okay, so that since you're looking for something that'd be investigation.
Okay.
Well, you've never really inspected the gates much, but you didn't really have to. There was always a bunch of guards. There's not like a lot of watchtowers. You're in the nice part of town. The one thing that you always thought was funny is that how close a lot of the houses are. Why don't you do a history for me?
22.
So you remember as a young boy once that you were, when your parents were there, you went to your neighbor's house. And one of the neighbor's house had a great tree that you got in trouble of, or climbing up and hanging and almost dropping into your own yard. So they had trimmed the tree. You'd noticed as you got noted they had trimmed the tree, but the tree is still there, and it's could be possible that you could.
Now that I know how to climb a tree again, I think I'm going.
Yeah, since you've already climbed one tree today.
I'm gonna climb another.
But you got to go to your neighbors.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk to my neighbors.
Yep. So you just go to the neighbor's gate. So you're at the neighbor. There's your gate. The gate. The neighbor's house is nowhere near as big. He's about half the size of yours, but there's not two guards, but one standing there. Has a nice little spear and small little shield. So he goes, "Hello, sir. Do you have business with the lady of the house?"
Yes, I do. Actually, I would like to come in and speak with her.
It's like, can we ask who's calling?
I'd be from my uncle and aunt.
Oh, so you want to do a deception? Say you're for them.
10.
Well, that's not. So you're pretending that you're on business for your
My uncle.
Your uncle and aunt. Okay, so they're like, okay, so we'll go and talk to the master and see. So I'll roll the time dice again. 16 minutes later, they come back out and they're like, the Lord will see you, so please come in. So you make you start heading towards the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a far walk to the home. It's a nice 2-story, maybe 2.5-story little mansion. It's not massive. So you can see the front door as they're getting closer. Again, there's only one guard in the whole place,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in the front section.
Am I behind him, following him?
Do you choose to be beyond him?
Yeah.
Because he said follow me.
Yeah.
So you do have the option. You can see the tree.
I'm gonna try to sneak off.
All right, so sneak.
Notice. 10.
Okay, I rolled a 7. So you can try to sneak off.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak off to the tree.
So okay, so you don't have long to get to the tree.
Mm-hmm.
It's not far, but you can't move fast. To sneak, you're moving like half speed, trying to get over there. So you got to get there before it gets to the door.
Okay.
So okay. Yeah, he's just walking with a spear coming forward. So you got to the base of the tree. He's getting closer to the steps. He's not turned around. He's leading you. You're going to have to scale that tree.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll acrobatics to see if I can get in that tree. 11.
See how hard this tree is. All right, it's harder than that. It's not too hard. It's taking you a little bit longer. Taking you a little bit longer to get up the tree than you wish. So the guard at this point notices you're not there. He's about to go up the steps. Apparently he talked to you. You're done. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you're up the tree. So you're about level with the wall.
Okay.
So you have the choice that you can try to climb higher and then easily get on it, or from here you can try to jump from there and latch on to the wall.
I'm gonna try to get a little bit higher.
All right. So, but again, if you roll poorly, then you could fall.
Okay.
So.
An 8.
Snap.
Goodness.
And let's see, you're going to take 5 fall damage. Because for every so many feet. Yeah, for so many feet, you take damage. So it hurt. You're sort of a little groggy because that's a lot of damage too. And you wake up and the dude's sitting there with a spear in your face. So at this point, he then tells you to get up and he's going to escort you out of the.
I'm gonna just follow him out.
Oh, he's not. No.
He's
escorting. Yeah,
escorting
spear
me.
tip going forward. Now, is there anything you can do to get yourself out of the situation? Are there any spells? Because you do have spells. I don't know if you have any spells or that could help you. Cause
Command.
Yeah, do you have command?
I do. Can I command him to
let you climb the tree?
Yeah.
It's a one-word thing, though, isn't it?
Or stop.
Halt.
You tell him pause.
Yeah.
So okay, what's your save?
Wisdom. It's 14.
Oh, it's a 14. Let's have fun.
Oh, he failed that.
Yeah, like he doesn't have any modifiers enough to do it. So you cast command, and how long does it last? Is it a minute?
It just says instantaneous.
It'll be duration.
It says instantaneous.
Or
It doesn't say have a. The target must success in wisdom.
or usually says be charmed for X amount of time.
Yeah, I'm searching it up.
I'd say it's a minute. At least. I don't know. It could sometimes for 10 minutes. But the whole point is how long do you got to get over there?
Hmm.
So you told him to. So what was the exact word? Because you got to be careful about it.
Pause.
Because you just told him halt. That means he just stops going forward.
Hmm.
So he just pauses. So he's sort of like frozen for a second. So what do you do now that he's paused?
I'm going to run to the tree.
Run to the tree. All right. So acrobatics to try to get up the tree.
16.
All right. So actually get up the tree. All right. Now you need to leap from the tree.
Okay. And I'm
on it. It's not a hard. Since you're higher, it's not hard to get across. But you do an acrobatics to jump.
3.
Oh, you just needed a 5.
Oh my goodness.
So you're in a hurry because he's about to come out of the command. So you sort of go and you sort of. Okay, just imagine this. It's sort of like your feet sort of slip over, so your butt hits the top of the thing. You sort of come toppling down.
Goodness, man.
That's 6 points of damage. You sort of.
Did I make it over though?
Oh yeah, you got over,
Okay.
but you got over. It's just a lot faster than you planned for. So sort of think and just come crashing down. So you're pretty. Are you bloodied?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have 3.
He's bloodied after falling twice. But,
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you better roll for stealth.
To land gracefully.
No, just stealth to see. You're going to have to get up and hopefully not get noticed because
16.
Okay, so no one's paying any attention. So you can move to the house. I will like that. 16 is good enough. Do you want to like look through the windows and stuff like that?
Yeah, I want to look through and see what they're doing.
All right,
Yeah.
so you notice that you finally look through a section and you see like there's like a big foyer. It looks like your aunt and uncle are about to go somewhere. They got a couple guards with them, so like it's not a surprise they have an escort. So at this point, you could sneak in. So there's a door there, so you could use a sleight of hand to try to get in through like a window.
Okay.
Or you can just go on in, or you can just try to sneak through a door. You can just try to
get
sneak
in.
through a door, or you can do a sleight of hand to try to go in through a
I'm
window.
gonna try to go in through the window where they're at.
Okay.
Six.
You're struggling. So you're trying to get the latch. You're using your dagger, trying to get through the latch, and it's sort of you unlatch it, but the wind is going to. So when you do it, you sort of hit it, and it one of the window panes opens up. And it's like boom, sort of hits pretty hard. It doesn't break the window, but it sort of echoes through. So they all sort of stop, not knowing. They don't really know what direction. They just know there's a loud noise, so they sort of clanged. You just crawl through the door, through the window.
Yeah, I'm just gonna crawl on through.
All right, so you're like behind them, so they're heading one direction. So like the board is indicative of that. So you've come through. So they still don't know where you're at. They just knew that, so they've all sort of paused. What would you like to announce yourself, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna announce myself, and I'm gonna walk towards them.
So they all sort of stop, and the two guards, you notice one pulls out like some type of a book full of scrolls, and the other one has a crossbow. And, the one with the scroll sort of has his hand at the ready to looks like he's about to throw air at you. So, but you've been to school enough now to know that he's probably some type of cantrip or some type of lesser spell. And they're like, Tabor? It's like, I thought you were coming back tomorrow. It's like, we are about to catch a train to go outside the city. It's like, so what's so important that you have to break a window? And how did you get in?
Well, I don't think that's very important as of now.
Mm-hmm.
But this matter could not wait for tomorrow, as I have classes I must attend to.
And your aunt's like, oh, so you didn't get expelled?
No.
Or are you not here for money?
No, I'm not here for anything from you.
Then why are you here?
Well, I've heard about what you two have been doing to the wood elves, and I've come to seek answers of why. And will you stop?
We do many things to the wood elves. We supply items for them. We try to give them. We give them fair compensation for the wood of their lands. Like, are you down to 3 HP?
Yeah.
I was like, ouch. Yeah. They're like, I don't see how this is necessarily pertinent information. Are you wanting to change our deal with the elves, as you said? It's like, have you finally learned that, have you had some economics class to know that we're undercharging them, since they're so scarce?
Yeah, you have been just basically taking their land for no money. Roll like a deception.
We fairly compensate them with plenty of gold. They say they don't want gold and don't wish it, but we always give a fair compensation just for trees. They come back and replant them after we use what we want. We even leave them the scrap once we found stuff. They're welcome to all the husks.
I don't think you realize how useless gold is to them.
Like gold is useful for many things, not just trading. in compensation, you can buy food and buy weapons and buy protection, and you can use gold to make things. So they shouldn't have a problem. Just because they don't like to trade a lot with the High Council, doesn't mean that we don't steal from them. It's like, your uncle looks like, honey, I think he thinks that we're just stealing from them. Have you been talking to those tree climbers? Like we're doing something so bad? We let them plant their trees. We don't stop them. Now sometimes they try to stop up. You know how many of our workers have been hurt or injured just because they wouldn't let us cut down a tree. A tree.
Well, I think those trees mean a lot to them. It's their homes. It's where they get their shelter.
It's been a long time since we cut down one of their homes. That was only happened a couple of times until we actually learned that it's a home and not just the basic tree that's really full. We've learned that. It has been a long time since it's happened. The incident with that family has not it's not happened again. It wasn't our fault that it was just like that little girl was the only one left.
And who was that one girl that was left?
We don't know. We compensate her fairly. It's, her grandparents took her in. Her parents, and, it was a tragedy that they were crushed. But we offered them fine compensation. Like, it was not on purpose. They knew, like, the courts found it wasn't on purpose. How are we to know that they can make their homes invisible? It's like, unless you know what you're doing. So, since we make sure to bring plenty of people that can detect magic before we cut trees now, we learned. And besides, it costs a lot of money to fix that up.
Well, have you considered sourcing your wood somewhere else other than somebody's home?
We make sure that there's no homes in it. Again, it's more trouble than it's worth to make sure that there's no death or no one hurt. It slows things down. It's bad for business. No one wants blood on their wood.
Well, I think things need to change at least.
Change how?
Well, for starters, I mean, you're basically stealing it from them as little as you're compensating for them. Maybe they'd appreciate if...
They like dirt and leaves, and we give them gold. So we tried silver and bronze. So it's like, maybe we thought they might like bronze pieces and copper pieces better than gold, since, it reminds them of the dirt that they swallow around in. Even copper sometimes turns green, like the trees. And they didn't seem to care about that. So how do we compensate them if what we're not doing is good enough?
Well, for starters, I think that we need to at least replant the trees ourselves that we take from them.
So, hello, I don't have a green thumb. Your uncle doesn't have a green thumb. You definitely don't have any green thumbs.
Well, maybe you need to find someone that does.
Well, tell you what. If you think that you're so good at finding stuff, it's like, why don't you see if you can find the old druid at your school? I think she's still there. So if someone can grow trees or do things like that, it's got to be a druid. There ain't that many of them left anymore. Lord, who would have thought that you'd have been some type of eco-terrorist? It's like friend. So yeah, I told you to get in with the wrong crowd there. Get in magic, get in his head. So Next thing you know, he's going to start planting trees himself. It's like, I bet you have a garden at school.
Well, I have vines,
That's right.
but not so much of a garden.
So your uncle just rolls his eyes. I said, it's probably ivy. Probably 3-leafed kind and it's shiny and give you hives. Now, if you excuse us, we're about to go to the wood. It's like, don't worry, no elves will be harmed in the process today. Hopefully, or wood. So we should start calling them, leaf elves, not wood elves, since they're so temperamental and just flow with the wind. And here you'd think that a tree, like a wood elf, would be strong like wood. Instead, they're just a bunch of babies. Here they send a child to come tell us what to do.
Well, is there any way that we can halt this until I can find an alternative, or?
I'll tell you what. Today's our day. But if you can come up with a good plan within, say, a week, it's like maybe we'll listen the next time. Time is money. We have to get supplies to the council. Gotta get supply for all the boat fairs. We even need to get supplies to your little school, so that you wanted to go.
Well, I will figure something out.
It's like, we'll see. After all we're doing is doing your parents' bidding and continuing the family business. You should be happy. Someday it will be yours. You want to make sure that it's handed over to you properly running. After all, what type of stewards would we be if we're not making sure that it's the best possible that it can be?
And has this business always been taking away other people's homes?
It's like, we haven't ever taken anyone's home. It was your parents that took the home down. So it's like we've just enforced what they said about making sure it didn't happen again. So even though it does take so much time and money and effort to not cut things down, it'd be much easier if they would just move to the same spot instead of be spread across all the woods. It's like infestation of fruit flies all over the place. But nope, they have to find some of the best trees. It's almost like they know what trees we're looking for.
And I think after hearing about my parents, I'm just going to, walk out. I heard all I need to hear.
How do you walk out? Through the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the front.
Yeah,
gate.
so you're not going to go through the window. So you go through, and the two guards are like, "Hey, who let you in? When did you come in?" They're like, they're talking like, "I didn't let him in. Did you let him in?" They come in the other gate. I was like, "Where'd you go?" So do you stop or do you
I
just walk past
tell
them?
them I came through the back entrance, and to let me out.
They're like, "Who's guarding the back entrance?" I'm not sure. So it's like, it's been a while since they threw. So you come up and you go through the gate, your front gate, because it will open out for you. So you're in town. You're in the higher part of town.
Now, is Kuma? Does he live up in this higher part of town?
He's near it. So it's like he's sort of on the outskirts of it.
Can I go see if he's home? I'll kind of walk that direction.
You can. So you just sort of walk through.
Or,
You notice after you leave, a train comes up, and and your aunt and uncle board the train with about 10 guards, and
well,
the
seeing this,
train whisks off.
can I use my neocom to see if I can get a hold of Kuma before I?
Yeah, you can. So you can call and ask for Kuma.
I'm gonna pull up my neocom and ask it if Kuma's available to speak today?
It rings and Kuma answers, but he's not in a home. He's on a shore. You hear water sort of crashing and goes through, and Kuma's there, and he's like, "Move, strap that down. So make sure to look for any types of marks." He goes, "What? Why are you?" It's like, isn't this your day off? Or are you stuck working like I am?
Well, yes, I've had I wouldn't call it a day off, but I had a few questions for you about my magic in my blood, if there's any.
I said, "Oh, is that all?" He said, "Hey, watch that. Keep that tied down. Make sure that it's not pretending to be dead." Yes, the results are back at school. He's going to roll a history to see if he can remember. So you're the new high elf, right?
Yes.
So you're not the wood elf that has... You're not... Yeah, you've got... Yeah, if I was the one I'm thinking... the high elf I'm thinking, yeah, you have potential for high magic levels. Yeah. So he said, "Oh, now I've got to go. Hey, watch the teeth there. Do not stand in front of the teeth. Got to make sure that it's not some type of ploy." Now it's like, yes, like you've definitely got blood that could be activated quite well. He said we might have a supply of starter blood that we could perform experiments someday. Like, yes, I'm talking to someone. I think this one has a patch or something. I've got to go. We've got to do this. And you sort of turn, and there's a quick glance of something before he turns it off. Do a perception to see what you think you saw.
2.
It's a giant white blur. It sort of comes through. It's just a big white blur like that too. But he's definitely on the shore. Probably down from the school.
Well, I think with that information, I'm feeling a little hurt, so I might just start to wait for the train to go back to the school.
Okay. I say it's not far to school. Maybe an hour walk.
An hour walk.
You're actually right under the shadow of the castle, the main castle.
Okay.
Like you went far enough, and it's like there's like a mountain, and part of the castle sort of built into the mountain, and there's the castle, and it raises up, and of course at the other side is a big old drop that goes into the large lake.
Where the shore is.
Yeah.
Is there a way? Is there a way out of the wall to get to the shore from there? Or would I have
Yeah, you can walk down the street. There's a market area.
Okay.
And you heard before something about earlier in the week a teacher passed, like doing something, and because there's big rumors going around the school that some type of divine protection statue or whatever BS was missing that overlooked the giant lake there. And you can cut through the market to get to that.
I'm gonna cut through the market to make my way down
So
the shore.
So you go and you see a bunch of these crow's heads that line the shore, looking out in the distance, because there's this vast lake. It's huge. It almost like goes to the sky. Like it's large. It's probably at least a mile, straight ahead, and it goes several miles up the coast. And of course, your school is to the right, way up there, several miles that way, and it's sort of sits above and goes down. And you look towards if you look to the right, there's the castle. It's sort of coming up, and you can see the drop, and you see what they call the Dragon's Keep, and has a dragon's head on top of it because it's so far down. It's like 300 feet down. It's a huge drop. But there's all these statues, and there's a missing one there. And that was a lot of talk at school, that crow's head that was fairly protecting Yeah, the rumor was because those things scared the giant dragon turtle that was, or the turtle dragon, because it's been there for a long time. I was like, but it doesn't really ever come up on shore. It's always patrolling the water. Where do you look once you're at the edge? Like I said, there's the castle, there's the Dragon Keep, there's towards the school, there's the brief slope, because you're 150 to 200 feet up down to the crashing.
And I'm gonna look down at those statues. You said there's one missing.
There's one missing. So it's up on. There's like ledges, and there's these big crow's heads, and there's like apparently the biggest one is missing right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna look out and see if there's anything like on the shoreline or out in the lake.
Just straight ahead. Like I said, like you can barely see the other shore on the far side. There's a little bit of grassland through there, and then the bubble, like near the edge of the bubble. It's not far. You're up the bubble's close to Upshot, and it expands in other directions. So.
Do I see Kuma or anything? Like if I...
Oh, so you want to look for him?
Yeah, I want to look for him.
To maybe try to figure out. Do an investigation and then plus perception.
5.
On which one?
Perception, and I do investigation as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah.
A 10.
Okay. So you're looking around and you're like trying to find. There are boats, like airships, that are floating. There's no boats on the water. You don't see any boats. The water's not super choppy down there or whatever. But there's a bunch of boats in the sky. Well, he wasn't. I will say one thing. It didn't look like he was on a ship. He was on a shoreline. You're looking for shores. If looking straight down, there ain't shore. There's literally cliff walls. So you're trying to look for shore. There's shore across the way. You can sort of see, because it doesn't look rocky, but I'm like, it's too far to see if there's any people on the far side. They're not below. There's docks down that you can sort of see the starting of docks near the Dragon Keep. It's like this tower coming out of the water. So the only thing that you've not really looked at towards is towards the school. It's so you can give it a good look up towards the school to see if there's anything that way if you want, and that with your perception.
18.
Okay. So you look that way, and luckily you do have good elf eyes. Do you have any spells that could enhance this? Sometimes there are spells that
Detect magic would be the only thing.
Okuma is a magical being, but I don't think that he's too far away for detect magic. Unless you're wanting to detect magic exactly where you're at. It's like, but it might not help.
It's 30 feet. I'm not gonna.
If you were trying to look at something where the crow's head's missing, that'd be different, but that doesn't really pertain to what you're doing. So you did an 18 looking that way. It's a little far, but the one thing you do notice, you can't really see the shore because again it's ways. It's a couple miles. It's hard to see a couple miles that way. It sort of goes down, but you are higher up. But you do notice there are a bunch of airships floating down there. A lot of them. Maybe 5 or 6 sort of in a bundle, sort of moving around.
Is there any way for me to get on one of these ships?
Well, there are docks nearby, but then they're up there near the school. It's a couple miles away.
Can I start making my way down to the school where the docks are?
Okay, so yeah, the docks are on the other side of the castle, and then the school's the opposite direction. But do you move to where the
I'm gonna move to where the ships are.
Where the ships are?
Mhm.
Alright, so you can actually take the train from here, so if you want to wait long enough for a train.
Yeah.
Instead
I'm
of,
walking on the train.
walk several miles. 23 minutes. So you wait 23 minutes. And now that you know where the ships are, they're hovering, so you can still see them. They occasionally, and you see other ships coming to and from. It's like something keeps coming to these ships. And Kuma said something about working on his day off, which seemed a little weird. So you ride the train back. It doesn't take long when you get to there. 10 minutes or so, because it sort of circles through. There's quite a bit of commotion through the gates at the school. So you go through. You can go around. There's actually ships behind the school. You can actually see them. These large ships. They're quite large on the back side of the school. So you see the school up in the skyline a little ways. They're there. You've not been there yourself, but there's apparently trails going down to waterways and stuff like that that you can see from the inside of the school at this point. Do you keep heading towards the ships?
I think I'm gonna take one of those trails down.
Okay.
So they go down to the water.
Okay. So, so you get, and there's a couple guards on the trail. It starts winding down, and you see like an arch and something. You see that the guards have turned some people away, and you still see the boats, the airships above. They're just really guarding the trail, but there's some cliffs or some other things that you can sort of scale down if you wish. Do you
go
dare
through
try
the
that?
trail where the guards are.
Yeah, because you've rolled awful trying to scale something, and you do have 3 HP.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the trail.
All right, so you get to the trail and 2 guards there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to sneak past them. I'm going to walk up to the guards.
All right, turn around, students. It's official business only. So.
Well, Kuma actually requested me I come down here and help him with this investigation.
Yeah, deception.
Oh my gosh. 7.
They pull out their neocom. Kuma, there's some student here that says that you've requested him. You hear all this. It's like there's no student that can help me with this mess unless they can clean up blood that's everywhere. He gets quiet for a second. He said, "What level is this person?" They look, and of course you probably have your 3 pin on there. So it's a level 3. He said, "Oh, a peon." So tell them to come on down. It's like, and I hope that they're not wearing white.
Not. They're green.
So they're okay. So you take a few steps. So no, wait, and they give you like this cloak to put over yourself, and like a sharp looking shovel thing, and they reach it and hand it to you. They're like, "You're going to need this," and then they hand you a bucket.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the bucket and shovel.
They're like he's right past the archway in the docks down there. So you go down. You're going to go through the archway. I assume, or you get to the archway. Do you go through it?
I'm gonna go through the archway.
There's still some boats and stuff. You can't really see stuff. There's some. Let's imagine some rocky interface to the left. So you go through and you go through, and you keep moving, and you keep moving, and then you see something that looks like a foot. A very, very large foot.
Can I roll to look at this foot?
Yeah, like I said, you're far away, and it's still massive. It's huge.
Yeah. Would that be an investigation?
Yep.
Dirty 20.
It's laid out really, really funny. Do a nature.
10. Or, sorry, 12.
Has like great claw-like flippers. But it might not be alive. The way it's laying is this sort of. So do you continue down or do you leave?
I'm gonna continue down.
So you keep going, and you look like you go a little bit further, and it's almost taking most of your view up as you come down to level. You see what looks like the foot's going into a great shell. Very, very large shell, and you keep going. But like again, this shell looks like it's 100 to 200 feet tall.
Can I see if I can see Kuma now that I'm?
You're just through the back,
Just through the
back end. So you actually see it's this massive tail and these flippers and this hard shell as you go through. Do you proceed?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep walking down towards it.
All right. So you keep walking, and eventually you turn, and you can see most of this giant turtle-like being. And then you see several teachers and other things down there. And you see Kuma. And beside Kuma is a great ball. It's like a glowing floating ball. I'm talking it's huge. It's, like 40 by 40.
Okay.
And it's glowing. You saw it at opening ceremonies. It's the headmaster. It's the one that gave you your neocomms at the opening ceremonies. It's the Omni Orb, the original. The orb of knowledge, sitting there. And the one thing that you notice is that this turtle dragon, or this turtle. It's probably the turtle dragon you've heard of for a long time. It has no head.
Is his head cut off?
You'd have to get closer to that. Do you dare go down with Kuma and the headmasters down there on your day off, or you turn around and head back to school?
I'm gonna go down to where the teachers and headmaster are.
Like 3 HP.
Brave person right there. So again, I ask again, are you sure, or you just want to take this information?
Well, I'm just going to observe, and I'm gonna just walk away now that I've realized how big this creature is.
It's massive.
It might be smart to.
Yeah, like when I say it's like almost 200 feet tall from the top of the shell part and these legs. So how much closer do you get?
I'm gonna stop where I was, and I'm just going to. I think I maybe need to just go home and rest.
So, do you try to sneak away, or you're just about facing this walk back normal?
I'm just gonna turn right around, and
so you turn around and say, "Hey, you with the bucket." So you see a couple other people come up. It's like, "Hey, so here, take these back up to the school. The guards will know what to do." And they're the buckets of blood and pieces. They're samples. So Kuma says he needs these samples to see magic traces. So make sure to carry them, and they put these 2 buckets against you. I need a strength check to see how long it takes you to get it to the school. Yeah, strength.
It's 15.
Oh, it's not bad. So it's not all. So, but still, there are 2 large buckets, so it's going to take you. So you have to carry up and wind it up, and you get to those 2 guards. At this point, though, sleight of hand to see if you spill any of it on yourself.
Gross.
13.
So it's not too bad. So it just gets a little bit on you. So you get up there and you get to the guards, and the guard's like, "Okay, so go ahead and take it to the edge of the school." And you take it the rest of the way, and there's some people out waiting for the school. So you hand them, and they sort of dump them into stuff, and you see pieces of stuff in the blood and other stuff. There's cutouts and parts that are going through, and you hear them talking about, well, Kuma's going to see if he can figure out if something magical did this or not, and maybe we can harvest if there's any residual arcane from it. So one of the people doing it says, well, maybe we're just going to eat it, so might as well not let it go to waste.
Yeah, I know someone who would enjoy some turtle soup.
Yep. So, and they're like, hey, we've got a bunch more of these. We expect you to it's like, since you're here, let's go ahead and carry them in. And you look in the buckets you brought, there's about 100 of them. And they're like, we appreciate you volunteering and helping. So, and there's a bunch of them there. So at this point, they expect you to carry the 100 of them in.
Do another strength check.
Oh no, you're just there. You're just there till you get it done. So that's what you're doing the rest of the day.
Okay.
Just carrying them in and out. But you do, while you're doing this, as you come in, you'll see the airships. It looks like the airships are taking pieces of them too, and they sometimes take them to the school and do stuff. So
that's how I spend the rest of my day off.
Mm-hmm. So you will be busy on your day off. And with that, we come to a close because you will be doing that, moving that until nightfall.